Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm the founder of Red Therapy Group, and I'm making this video to give you a bit of what to expect when it comes to couples counseling. So once you get matched with your therapist, you will get some paperwork, and that will go straight to your email. And both you and your partner should fill that out individually. And you should probably go ahead and do that as soon as you can. Don't forget to do it. Your therapist will need to see that that's completed before your first session. And if you really want to give them enough data to get really familiar with you and your relationship, my advice would be do it well before the day of your first session. Now, once you get there to your first session, of course, you're going to just get to know your therapist and they're going to get to know you. And this is what we call the intake session. And so it's really where the therapist is trying to get kind of a bird's eye view of your relationship. Where have you been and where are you now? So it's kind of like relationship history. And this is the beginning of the assessment phase. So it's like for us, we're collecting data, but we're also really wanting to make you feel seen and heard in your relationship distress. So the next two sessions after the intake session are the individual sessions. And this is where you and your partner will both individually meet with the therapist. And they will really get to know you as a whole person before the relationship. What are the things that really shaped you relationally? What were your past relationships like with your caregivers, with other significant relationships? All of that really plays a role in what's happening in the present. And then your therapist is going to want to make sure that they understand what the relationship is like just from your perspective. So that individual session is a good time to really have space to talk about your experience in the relationship. And then the fourth session, so this is after the intake and then the two individual. So then we've got the fourth session. This is when you and your partner are back together. And this is where the therapist is really going to slow down any kind of negative interactive pattern that's keeping your relationship kind of stuck, like in this really disconnected place. And we're really looking to get clarity about how you get stuck and what's sort of driving that pattern. And the more that we understand and the more clarity we get, the safer you feel. And the safer you feel, the more likely you are to open up. And the more you open up, the more connected you feel. And so we just build off of that. Every therapist at Red Therapy Group is using the model emotionally focused therapy as their map for couples work. And so they're kind of assuming that we are all hardwired to connect. And EFT is based on years and years and years of research. And really it's bonding science that says that, we're bonding mammals, we're relational creatures. And so we're not really meant to be on our own. So in your relationship, if you feel kind of like you're on your own, that's gonna really, send some threatening signals, and you're gonna get into a protective pattern, and that's a lot of couples. So I hope that kind of helps to start to explain what to expect. Of course, all the therapists at Red Therapy Group are really happy to, at any time, kind of show you the map, the sort of the roadmap that they're taking you on to help you have these conversations that are different than the ones that you have where you feel really stuck. If you have any questions at all, reach out to your therapist, let them know, and I'm sure they'll be happy to make anything more clear.